Okay, I've been meaning to react to this, and I haven't yet. And unfortunately, I got spoiled, but I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of expected. So we'll see how it goes.
Right, Pikachu?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Fly!
Ash Ketchum versus Yugi Moto.
The biggest question from the playground. Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
It was better, Pokemon TCG or
It's a
Yu-Gi-Oh?
big episode. Just look at how long it is. So thanks to our sponsor, Mad Mushroom, for helping us make it happen.
Yeah, go check out Mad Mushroom's newest game,
Are thrown as
Rush.
How about
Welcome
no?
to the world of Pokemon.
All the kids get their first one at age 10. If you don't sleep in like Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town.
Ash wanted to be
Ooh,
a
I like that
Pokemon
effect, though.
master,
Hold up.
though he didn't really know what that meant yet.
Wait. Let me see. National Ash Ketchum Day? That's a thing? Wow. Okay. I thought it'd be like a National Pokemon Day or something, but National Ash Ketchum specifically. Hold up. Champion of the World Coronation Series? This is how you know I don't like follow Pokemon like that, because I don't even know what that is. Unless it's like still a Lola. Both of those might be a Lola, actually.
How about taking down your rivals to be the very best, like no one ever was? Better than Gary and his dumb groupies.
Well, Ash knew he'd find his answers at the Pokemon League tournament.
So Oak hooked him up with the electric mouse, Pikachu. And went, he's your
Well,
problem now,
more like he got
Pikachu
forced,
was
but yeah.
a lot. The new duo had a rocky start, but after an intense first day together, the rest, as they say, is history.
25 seasons, over 1,200 episodes,
25.
and the cornerstone of 2000s culture. Ash spent decades as a 10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
We should note we are prioritizing the anime that Ash is from, which often differs from the original game.
Bro, every time I be hearing, oh, what's up, Michael? Every time I be hearing, like, series, especially ones I grew up on, and it's like, yo, man, 30 years ago, I'm like, every fucking time, dude. I actually grabbed their mod from Goodwill for 40. It was an easy way to add much needed third screen. Yeah, I would only use the third screen for like very specific stuff. I'm talking like for streaming. If I'm like, let me put my chat right here. Like that's what I would mostly use it for. But like I said, I ain't got one. Yeah, I kind of want to set up my two monitors because I want to have like the little. My desk is small. I kind of meant for that to happen anyway. Because I want like the most desk space, especially for my cats. But I don't have room for a really big desk. But the desk that I wanted isn't. There's not a lot of big ones anyway, so it's kind of like you get what you get. You know, when it comes to streaming, you just gotta turn on OBS, little bro. That's all it is.
Games inspired it.
Ash is equipped with tons of Pokeballs and an all-knowing Pokedex. That's also a Pokemon. But in a fight, Ash usually chooses Pikachu. Give the yellow rat enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune to electric attacks in the games can't stop what this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet somehow Ash is just fine after repeatedly getting zapped by this same electricity. Over time, Pikachu learned Volt Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball, and
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! The perfect attack for outgoing
Thunderbolt.
flamboyant thieves and air balloons. Looks like they're blasting off again.
so clearly the anime doesn't follow the game rules. Like when Pikachu shot himself with his own thunder while on Swellow, who, you know, is vulnerable to lightning.
But somehow they used thunder as a super armor. He even learned how to deflect attacks by
He turned.
just
Wait, he
spinning
turned
really
gold?
fast.
What the hell?
Is vulnerable to lightning.
But somehow
No,
they used
that's a
thunder
move.
as
That's
super
the
armor.
movie, right?
He even learned how to deflect attacks by just spinning really fast. Whee!
Speaking of fast,
Damn,
Pikachu
breakdancing
has
on him.
intercepted lightning, but Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opted for big damage over stalling.
Ash's
Yeah, so
style is
far, this ain't doing
unusual
none to
that when a
Yu-Gi-Oh,
robot
bro.
scanned his tactics, it exploded.
As the great philosophers put it, if it works, is it still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond is magnetic and brought them new allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few. Underneath the stubbornness and crispy bikes, they are loyal friends.
Just like Ash's Pokemon. They're not just collecting dust in a shiny hunting box. Ash's League ID won't let him carry more than 6 at a time, but if he needs them, they'll all come running.
Water types like Squirtle and Lapras are key in seafaring fights, and Ash can combine their water attacks with Glalie Ice Beam.
One time, his Weasel got frozen while using Aqua Jet, which is fine. Now he's using Ice Aqua Battering Ram.
Grass types like Bulbasaur and Torterra induce status effects and heal with Synthesis.
But Sceptile's a menace. Yeah, so you got a big, scary Darkrai. Eat this Leaf Blade, Smeargle victim! Or that's what I would say if Tobias did an action replay of frickin' Latios. Give my man a win, 4Kids.
Well, 4Kids just did the localization. They didn't write the show.
Oh, 4Kids. I remember I watched a video about that. Because like I said, I grew up with this, and 4Kids was one thing. So, like, I didn't know as a kid. I was like, ooh, yay, 4Kids. But when I got like, probably like 10, 12, I was kind of like, ooh, 4Kids, kind of thing. But I mean, it was still like it was one of those channels where I was just like, nothing's good on Cartoon Network, nothing's good on Nick, and nothing's good on Disney. 4Kids, or I want to watch some anime. This was before I like figured out Toonami, or rather, I didn't figure it out, but more so I was able to stay up that late. 4Kids was like the thing. Wasn't often though, because Saturday morning I usually didn't get the TV anyway. But 4Kids was there.
They just get me heated. Almost as much as Infernape's Flare Blitz. Then I'll set my Inferno to overdrive, get my revenge, and Incineroar.
Ash had a fiery passion for reaching the top ASAP, but Charizard wasn't on board. Pursuing pride over packs, Ash lost the Viridian Force for the trees and fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash started bonding with
shouts to
Pokemon at a
Charizard.
deeper level, and that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard came around too. He's the last one you want to see on the field. Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for the most unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss! The people's elbow of Pokemon. Charizard's so strong, his flamethrower melts boulders. The Pokemon world is wild.
Ash's Pokedex spells it out. Vanillix causes blizzards. Magikarp leaps over mountains and into space. Dusknoir pulls souls into the
I'm
spirit.
sorry, what?
Magikarp leaps
The many years can leap a mountain used to splash, the move remains useless.
over mountains and into space. Dusknoir pulls souls
Space is
into
crazy.
the spirit world.
Space
and
is
Pikachu cleared
crazy.
a storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch 'em all.
Damn.
Fetch Butterfree, Heracross, Scraggy. I can rock Palpitoad, Torkoal, Snivy.
With new regions, soar
Okay,
new
hold
flying
on.
types like Pidgeot.
He
On land,
spits.
Ash has physical offense like Melmetal and Crocodile, and Gibble will drop Draco
Damn.
Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
You want physical?
He's got
Look
a
at
crazy
Ash.
lineup,
This dwarf
though.
somehow carried around a
Holy.
Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton. Oh, and this huge log that's basically a whole tree, he chucked it like it was nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe his secret is watching the Minnesota Vikings.
Resilience is the bare minimum to HMO1 cut it in the tall grass. Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich each other's lives.
Like Mimey, the Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles you with Reflect, Light Screen, and Psychic. Yep, that Mr. Mime, the stepdad who Ash caught in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh, so that's how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life force that interacts with souls and links Ash
Oh,
with
hell
This
no.
Jackal excels at CQC and shoots steel beams and aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's power surges enough to defeat champion Cynthia's Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the
damn.
Safari Zone when Ash
Y'all
accidentally
saw
caught
that?
his
Y'all
Garchomp.
saw that though. Oh, and then the dramatic pause.
Mega would have been
Wait, wait, wait.
Lucario's power surges enough to defeat
Boom!
champion
Dramatic
Cynthia's
pause.
Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the Safari Zone
Jesus.
when Ash accidentally caught 30 Tauros, and he keeps hugging them
Accidentally.
They're bulls.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again. Kid, just turn the hat backwards and lock in.
Ash's strength is not in battle theory, but his nurtured bonds. He knows Pokemon feelings better than anyone. With Greninja, Ash learned to synchronize their senses and movements, transforming him into Ash Greninja.
It comes with a huge power increase,
Bloop.
but there's a catch. Ash shares Greninja's pain. A small price to pay for the ultimate water shuriken.
Ash Greninja ran the ones with Champion Diantha's Mega Gardevoir. And just a normal Gardevoir can conjure black holes.
Ash's Pokemon and teamwork get along like rice balls and jelly-filled donuts. They saved the world from Lysander, who tried to kill all life. They fought the giants, the Reggie kind, not the New York ones.
I don't remember him
Who
having
Reggie
that
Gigas,
as a
who can
thing.
tow entire regions.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Yeah, don't get me started on Alon. Ash did everything right, but no! Greninja still lost to his Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How does Blast Burn beat Water Shuriken? Get your type charts right, poor kids.
Boomstick 4Kids weren't even around anymore when this aired. Regardless, after his loss at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup, his new Gengar Gigantamaxed.
The
fucking 8-bit,
He hunts
whatever that
foes with
was.
G-Max Terror, or even swallows them up. I bet it smells nasty in there.
Ash and Pikachu also scored a buff with their Z move. All they need is a power ring, some
Hot take: Z moves are like the best iteration of like a gimmick in Pokemon. Super hot take, I know, but like, then again, Sun and Moon was my first Pokemon game, and honestly, probably my last one. But yeah, literally hot take. I think is like the cooler version. I know people hated the Z moves. I think it's the coolest thing.
JoJo poses, and Thunderbolt will evolve into
10 million volt Thunderbolt! This Rainbow Lightning is their ace. You see this coming? You're cooked. Absorb electricity? Cooked. Fused with an Ultra Beast? Cooked.
Ash journeyed so much that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the sun god, a legendary Pokemon whose Sunsteel Strike lights up the universe.
Ash got a god in his bag for just being a nice dude. Smell you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's Roar of Time. And Dialga literally controls the concept of time.
Oh,
Is there a
hell.
legendary
Wait a
Pokemon
minute.
he hasn't befriended?
But it all started
Wait a
with
minute, hold
Pikachu.
on.
So it was gonna end
He's
with
cooking.
Pikachu. In the
Wait a
Tournament of
minute.
Champions and Alon, Ash
got a lot of
faced the
crazy
number
shit.
1 trainer. Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free! 4 kids, let my boy win! Yes!
Sure. Ash did his best, and he had no regrets. Now free to hand over his torch to new bright-eyed trainers.
Ash realized that, to him, a Pokemon Master was someone who was friends with every Pokemon. So he and Pikachu threw a stick in the air and walked the way it landed, because in the world of Pokemon, the journey continues.
Wow, wait a minute, hold on.
If you want to travel the world like Ash or
Brother,
Twitter's out.
don't care.
And many a theorist have tried to solve
battle.
I know you gotta get your bag, but holy.
Many a theorist have tried to solve the mystery of ancient Egypt. What was the secret?
This. Out of all like the kid shows, you know, like Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, all this was the one.
To such a glorious civilization.
This was my
Time
kid.
travel, the divine hand.
My kidhood, my childhood, if you
Aliens?
will.
Nah, they were gamers.
Egyptians played games with sorcery. These magical ceremonies punished dark hearts with swift death. The Shadow Game.
No, Wiz, they were banished to the Shadow Realm. Wink.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment upon
yes.
evil. And in the modern day, Yugi Moto reassembled it and wished for a friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up!
You
Yugi was a
already
shy
know.
kid that helped run his grandpop's game shop.
But little did he know that
Friends with
completing the
Bobobo.
puzzle would link his spirit
When
to
was
an
this?
ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always willing
When
to
was
lend you
this?
a hand and always on demon time while doing so. He's anime jigsaw. Yami wants to play a shadow game.
Whether it's griddle air hockey, Mario Party with chloroform,
Honestly, not even a cat, bro. They should make a Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 anime. Hey, if they have, then they need to redo it. That's all I'm saying.
or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel Monsters.
It's a summoner's war. Time to send monsters to the graveyard and take your foe down to 0 life points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was time to knock him
Okay,
down
well, yeah, I
the only
did
way
make
he
it,
knows
but,
how. Playing a children's card game.
Still should remake
And
it though.
for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some seriously messed up ways. Illusions of being set on fire, swapping your soul, or the infamous Mind Crush.
The Millennium Puzzle does far more than force hallucinations. It brings monsters to reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
You can't buy this. It and 6 other Millennium items are juiced up by...
Honestly, I think the half of Yugi, why I think he would win, is strictly hard the cards / his luck, bro.
Oh!
Despite Yami's retribution,
Like they already said it with the possibility manipulation, but dude,
Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and their left leg Joey, Yugi and Yami were
My
ready
nigga.
for anything.
Because Yugi had a great early deck. Monsters for offense, spells for effects, and traps for setups. Oh, and Exodi... Oh, there they go.
Okay, if Yugi's deck is so good, why isn't it the meta? Put me in, coach. Face my 2,000 card deck.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist. His style works best at maximizing the use of so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz. But what's he gonna do about the 3 blue...
wait, he only has. Oh well, it was only like one season, but hold up, what's he got? Yeah, he only has like 4 god cards.
Otherwise, Kaiba's got...
I forget if Hora was, I think, was he supposed to be like combination of all 3? I forget.
aiming at his dome.
Simple. Summon the monster card Karibo and have him multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle breeze.
Well, okay. Didn't know Yugi had that dog in him. But I'm about brute force. Buster Blader and Celtic Guardian are sick, nasty swordsmen. Summon Skull shoots bolts of light.
I remember I played Yu-Gi-Oh! With my sister, and she had the Kaiba starter deck, I had the Yugi starter deck, right? And we didn't know the rules, so I pretty much always lost, because there's nothing in Yugi, as far as I remember, there's nothing in Yugi's deck that, in the starter deck, mind you, that just destroyed Blue Eyes. There's nothing. So every time she summoned that, I'd be like, defense mode, and hopefully I draw something that can, like, help in any way. But she was also a cheater, but we didn't know the rules.
Lightning, and the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's better. It's a living clock that fast forwards or rewinds a local area of time, turning monsters to infants or wizards into wise sages.
Speaking of wizardry, you can't have a Yugi deck without his right hand, Dark Magician, and his apprentice, Dark Magician Girl.
Both are masters of dark magic, and Yugi often pairs them with the damage redirecting magic cylinder. Now that's thinking with portals.
There's support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a...
Yo, the Dark Magician deck, especially when it first came out, or rather when it became an archetype, that shit, and it still is, that shit is so fucking annoying, dude. Like, it's just always just, alright, well, Dark Magician, oh, you destroyed Dark Magician? Did you? Like, oh my gosh. Blue Eyes was like a much more tame version of that, but holy dude. Dark Magician archetype is insane. Obviously, it's probably not anymore, you know. Or actually, I wouldn't even say probably. It isn't that insane anymore compared to the other stuff, but man, it was so annoying.
but with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is he cheating?
Well, we're prioritizing the manga and anime over anything else, which can differ from the real world card
Blue
game.
Eyes has a
Yugi
link.
also has
What?
tons of
When did the fuck did Blue Eyes have a link? What is this like? Is it a Blue Eyes egg or like a baby? Like what the fuck is the link? What?
spell cards. Monster Reborn resurrects a fallen friend. Turn Jump is a time skip. And Pot of Greed lets Yugi draw 2 more cards, like Pot of Greed, which lets him draw 2 more cards, like...
If things get dicey, he has more trap cards to level the field, like Dimension Sphinx,
It's a
which
baby?
inflicts damage
Okay.
directly back at the opponent's life points.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Ctrl-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Get this, Pegasus can read minds. So in their duel, Yugi and Yami kept swapping souls Freaky Friday style, trusting each other to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And the mind reader was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds. Regardless, Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair. Yami trusts Yugi to improve on his plans, while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These card-slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck cities.
And all of this power culminated in Battle City, hosted by Kaiba Corp.
Because Kaiba really wanted that salty run back against his rival.
Salt only surpassed by Yami's biggest hater, Merrick, who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out. These cards were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Ra, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with the power...
I think when I was a kid, I think Slifer, just because it was Yugi Monster, was the coolest one to me. Obelisk was definitely a close second because of Seto.
of infinity.
And I wasn't a
This
fan
was
of
a
Raw, but
different
they're all
ballgame
cool though.
altogether. But Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a Battle City that never wants to end. Or stop bullying Joey. But to claim the Egyptian gods, Yugi and Yami had to face them in duels, pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the god's limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl's magic into Black Burning magic, promptly defeating Ra.
This ain't new for the magicians. In the movie Bonds Beyond Time, they did something similar against Paradox.
This movie
It's
was so
kinda crazy
cool,
that
I don't care what
together,
anyone
the
says
magicians
about
can
it.
defeat the 10-star gods, which are way stronger than mid-tier monsters that are 5 to 9 stars.
Mid-tier cards aren't pushovers. Darkhold Dragon is a sentient black...
Okay, Elemental Heroes was the first archetype for GX, and it's still one of my favorite archetypes. I don't care. It's still I think the second archetype that I loved when it happened was Six Samurai. Like those are my and Ritual Beast. Ritual Beast was the third one. Like those 3 I like. Well, I don't really have them anymore, but I had legitimate decks. Like that's how into it I was with those 3.
Black hole, planet alignment moved solar systems, and Jaden's Glow Neos destroyed a relativity field that spawned an entire universe.
But at the top would be the great evil god Zork, who showed up to plunge existence into the realm of darkness. It was time for Yugi to finish the puzzle of who Yami really is.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba, which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the bonds of his cards, Yugi can will duel monsters into reality, even drawing anyone he wishes by believing in the heart of the cards.
I knew it! He's been cheating all this time! He doesn't just make up rules, he's stacking his deck!
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he developed. It's even expanded in following series like GX and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the king of games too if I could just decide I have a royal flush every round.
Whatever. Yami rediscovered his Egyptian past, his multiple lifelong bonds, and his real name, Atem. Claiming his place as the ruler of the afterlife, Atem fused the Egyptian god cards to summon Harakti, the creator of light.
Okay,
He's
it was
the
all 3
ultimate duel
combined.
monster who banished Zork and all of his scary darkness for good. The epitome of screw you, I win.
No kidding, for Harakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's multiverse with that same light. Judgment had passed. Across many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss duel between Yugi and Atem.
Their farewell was both climactic and bittersweet. Yugi had grown as a duelist.
Yeah, one of the
and a
best games on
person.
PS2,
His
I don't
victory
care.
proved that he no longer needed Atem's help to be his bolder half.
Even when Atem was an entire dimension away or busy slapping the end of existence, he and Yugi would always be bros.
Yeah, Battlefront.
It
Ooh,
should have been
wee.
me, not him.
Ooh, wee Battlefront. Too bad the new ones are kind of trash. They got better, but they're kind of trash.
I'm sorry I called you a cheater. I was jealous. You're so cool.
Yugi moved on to a career in game design and passed the torch to future duelists. He would be remembered as the greatest duelist there ever was.
Except to Kaiba, who tried to ascend to the afterlife to rematch Atem. Goes to show you that money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a sweet rocket ship.
There will always be another story, another duel, another game, and you won't find yourself a better opponent than the king of games.
You know that you can emulate PS2 games though, which I tried to get into that. I didn't really like go too far deep into it, but the fact that this is why we need to preserve video games, man. So we can go back to some of this stuff sometimes. See if I can come up. Oh, you trying to do it right now? Let me finish. Okay, let me finish this video first, and then I'll bring you up after.
The Battle of the Millennium is about to start.
Don't care.
Anime and duels edible, we'll allow them.
Wait, what? Wait, what is this?
Before we start, let's lay some ground rules.
We're treating this as a real-time fight, much like
Before I reminisce, bro.
typical battles in the
I can reminisce a little bit later, but let me finish this video.
Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clearly incompatible,
Isaiah.
we'll allow them to summon anything that
Isaiah for two reasons. One, that comment, and two, I already got spoiled a little bit, even though you just spoiled me. But honestly, it seemed one-sided anyway.
is reasonably available to them.
It's time to death battle!
Oh, you don't? Oh. Nice save, dude.
You okay, Pikachu? This Furon 4 is tricky. Hang in there!
You have Spirit, but I have Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my attack. And I set one card face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now. Pikachu, throw him off with quick attack. Everyone else, back him up.
Wait. Hold on, let me go back real quick. Maybe I missed something here.
What's happening around?
In the description, right? All right.
Lay some ground rules.
We're treating this as a real-time fight, much like typical battles in the Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clear,
But I have
Okay, I just want to make sure, because it sounded like the way it was already started was like, oh yeah, man, yeah, so wait for my standby phase. And I was like, what?
Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my attack. And
Anyway.
I set one card face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now. Pikachu, throw him off with quick attack. Everyone else, back him up. Great job. Now, Thunderbolt.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise! Dimension Space!
He was like harder, you know?
Oh, I get it. Good thing we brought them all, right, Pikachu?
What do you mean, them all?
Oh, yeah, he already pulled it out.
Charizard, I choose you!
Get it? Yeah, you thought. Why was the aura farming? Like, aw, shit. Cypher, yeah. Watch, you gotta pull out Obelisk like right now. Bro, he literally did like essentially Gigamaxed right there. Yeah, get him out of here, dude. Oh. Oh, yeah, hard anyway.
I'm sorry, partner. Don't worry. It's my turn now.
Okay, wait a minute. What are the cards? It's always actually fucking time.
In the heart of the cards.
Hold up, it's actually fucking time.
Who's that Pokemon?
Haruxi, goddess of light! This is it! Magicians, flash burning magic! Haruxi, Joser!
Not if I have anything to say about it. Psych? Ooh!
Pikachu, let's finish this.
Oh, Z move? I'll hold up. Best gimmick in Pokemon, I don't care.
10 million volt Thunderbolt!
You activated my trap card!
Ooh.
Magic Cylinder! With it,
Get him
ultimate
out of
ability
here.
effect to attack your light points directly!
Damn, really?
That was an awesome duel, Ash.
Like that? You did him like that? First movie PTSD, you did him like that? Holy. That was good.
KO!
Cinema. Fucking cinema, dude.
Oh, my childhood. Whiz, quick! I need your tears. We can save him.
There's a lot to this, so let's break it down by experience, strategy, and monsters. Starting with experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the
Chills.
top, beating the best of the best. And
I'm so glad, like, how high production Death Battle is, like, being, especially with all the different art styles and shit. Way more high production than Streamer Wars, but I've talked about that ad nauseum. So unless y'all want me to talk about that some more, you know, I'm not gonna say anything about it. I've already made it, or I'm in the process of making a bunch of TikToks about it.
traveled all over the world.
But Ash traveled more, was in more tourneys, and saved the world way more often. And despite what people say, he wins a lot.
Even Atem's stint as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale since he wasn't in charge for very long. Plus, Pokemon evolve over time, literally and figuratively. While Yugi's deck is obviously adjustable, the cards are unchanging, unable to grow like Ash's Pokemon.
So Ash wins in experience. But when it comes to strategy, he's a wild card.
He's skilled at improvisation and using the environment to win.
When you win that experience, though, that kind of seems odd because if you have like stale, I don't know. I feel like if you have like stale strategies or like your cards are technically stale and you can adjust to it, I feel like that's more skillful than, well, I don't know. I feel like that was a toss up. Actually, now that I think about it a little bit more, that's a little bit of a toss up.
Even machines cannot comprehend his tactics.
But the same goes for Yugi. Gotta remember,
It's one of those things where it's like, is it better to have experience, or like, is it more valuable to have experience working with what you got, even if it's always the same with little change, or is it when you have it where there's like a lot of changes always happening at once? It's kind of like, what do you value there?
Ianitem's teamwork is second to none. They're masters at exploiting weaknesses, setting up tricks, and surprising foes with so-called weak cards.
Both could likely adjust to each other's unpredictability, so a Dark Horse-style win was unlikely.
But Ash's secret weapon is his bond with his Pokemon, boosting their power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja. That's crazy. Ash's trust in his Pokemon knows no limits.
Silly as it may sound, Yugi trusts his deck in the same way. The heart of the cards is real, and Yugi is determined to support his monsters with spells, traps, and buffs. Look at his duels with Merrick and Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to take down gods. With Ba and Ka, his bonds with his cards manifest them into reality, not so dissimilar from Ash Greninja.
Yeah, Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And specialties like Mega Evolution and Gigantamax, while awesome, only work with Pokemon.
And since Ash focuses on offense far more than support, Yugi could control the pace of the fight with cards like Swords of Revealing Light and Magic Cylinder.
But I know some of you are asking, what if...
Wait, Mega Evolves have been sullied and tired, but Z moves are pretty close. Nah, I think Z moves taking over you. Mega Evolves. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I think Mega Evolves are like cool designs, but Z moves are like cool. Like, I love like dramatic attacks. Uh, like if I had to choose one or the other, I would choose like more dramatic attacks. So that's why I like Z moves better. But then again, first Pokemon game was Sun and Moon, so there might be some bias on that one, and it'll probably be my last Pokemon game,
Ash through hands? The
mainline at least.
kid's strong enough to chuck trees and lift baby gods. Just punch him, man. Well, Yugi's similarly tough, and the Millennium Puzzle can make shields, steal ghosts, cast illusions, and mess with minds. If Ash actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
It's a close call, but Yugi takes the edge in strategy.
So it all comes down to the monsters. Yugi had a slightly larger pool of monsters, but Ash's can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with larger black holes, and even the mid-tiers scale to Glow Neos, destroying that relativity field with a universe. And Herakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's whole multiverse, surpassing even Solgaleo's Sunsteel Strike and Dialga's Roar of Time.
Yeah.
And Yugi had more than just monsters on the field. Ash's strength was also his weakness. His power was evenly spread, reliant only on his remaining Pokemon.
If Mr. Mime faints, no more Psychic Barriers. If he lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution. And so on. The longer the battle went, the less Pokemon Ash had. And he did not have a reliable way to bring them back. He doesn't carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in the anime is entirely different from the games. Meanwhile, Yugi had cards like Mirage Ruler and Monster Reborn that could instantly recall powers he's lost.
And he can, you know, bend fate to draw whatever card he wants. And we didn't even cover them all. Really, Yugi's deck has no pathetic cards.
Exactly. Yugi's versatility and power swept Ash's options, giving his monsters the lead. He just needed the right moment to...
Yeah, and if you really had to think about it, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh won. You already know. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh won. Boom. And what made it kind of more obvious was, even if you didn't know what the cards in the Pokemon did, right? Pokemon's legendaries are like so few, and even then, they're not like rewriting universes, right? Or at least the ones that Ash had. Yugi's is ancient Egypt, so like there's already mystical powers, and then you add literal gods. There's only one god in Pokemon, and it's Arceus. Or there's like pseudo gods, but technically the one god, as far as I'm aware, is Arceus. Versus 3 and 4 if you want to go overkill, 4. But there's 3 already that Yuki's got, like, you know, yeah.
knock Ash
Shout outs though. Shout outs to Death Battle for a good battle, even though it was like kind of obvious. Once again, it's that animation, man. It's that fucking animation.